Any questions or comments or concerns? Questions? Yes, sorry. Lucas.
How do you become pure in heart?
Let go of things that are distracting your life. Like for us, it would be social media. All the therapists here are being trained or psychologists, and there's several. Will tell you the scroll nation, your eyes are processing things, and it's dumb information, right? This is why they throw these random ads in randomly to get you to. This is why ads pay millions and millions of dollars to give you the message within. This is why now you can't skip. Some ads you can't skip, right? It's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and it's done, right? Because they're trying to get you to see it as you're scrolling. Because you know when you're scrolling, your eyes are processing, right? And if your eyes are processing and you throw some random information there, it's going to register. You may not go buy the product today or tomorrow, but it's in there, right? This is actually how sometimes they heal trauma. They get your eyes to dilate and to process, so that way I can put in new information to help you heal. So the devil knows this. If a therapist, if a major psychologist can go to school, or major surgeon or lawyers can go to school for several years and become expert at their profession, imagine the devil has been watching humanity since the beginning of time. He has enough data on us. Individually, I feel like it's like a filing cabinet perfectly for each single person, and the demons come. Here, go this person, Yusuf, right? Go to Yusuf, go tell Yusuf this, Yusuf's gonna fall on this, right? The noob, he has an allergic reaction, just go tempt him with that so he can poop his pants out, right? So whatever it is, okay? I'm sorry. Anyway, so that's to be pure in heart is to let go of earthly matter, to let go of wanting to be known. I want to know. To let go of wanting to have so many friends. To let go of detach. Because then if you detach, your heart then is like, okay, well, what now? Well, let me get to know He who actually died for me. Like imagine if you find out someone did something very, very, very gracious and nice for you without you knowing. And someone says, oh yeah, like, heck, when someone pays for our Starbucks order in front of us, we're all happy. Right? And we're trying to catch them up in the light so we can say thank you, right? Right? But like imagine He who died for you, and He will give up His life. Get to know Him. And so then, when you're focused on purity, you're not focused on rumors, you're not focused on random things, trends, challenges on TikTok, you're not focused on who did what, right? Your pants is not burning you to get your phone out, right, to check. You're getting rid of these things, you're detoxing. This is why it's beautiful. The world now calls it detox. Because they learned that too much of one thing is not healthy for you. Hooray. So, now they call it detox. That's why I'm sure you've met people outside of your lives or outside of church who tell you, I'm detoxing from such and such. I'm detoxing from social media. It's normal now to say that. But we've been saying it forever. And, well, not me, but church. The fathers, like, detach. And then if you detach, then your heart can be pure. Because your eyes are now focused on, this is where the treasure is. You remember the treasure, the mountain, the Sunday of the treasure? That's why I said, if your eye is pure, your whole body will be pure. Because then I'm not saying, oh, that's a nice jacket, I really want that. I wonder where she got it from. I don't want to ask her though, because I don't want to think I'm copying her, so I'm going to look for it. Right? Something simple as that. Right? So just when you let go of these things, and you say, hey, you know what? I really like your jacket, it's really nice. I want one, where'd you get it from? He hungers, like, it's okay, like, oh, actually, I don't know. Oh, she doesn't want to have one, it's okay. So just be like, don't let your mind want to be recognized. This is what we do. This is why social media is so good, because everyone wants to be recognized. Everyone wants to be heard. Everyone has an opinion. And all of our opinions are beautiful and they matter. But in reality, no one cares. No one cares. So does that answer your question? So get your eyes to focus on things of worth and value.
You can scan this QR code and send an anonymous question if you want. The owner will receive it.
Oh, there's more? Oh, okay.
You can have a. Okay, you want to send any anonymous question?
Funny that I'm doing this. I used to come to these meetings to cause havoc, and now answer questions.
So we have vegan pizza.
Oh, okay. No, it's good. Vegan pizza is good. God bless the church. This is what's funny, actually. I want to share. I know usually priests don't, you're not supposed to do this, but for the sake of those who are sake of the sense of eyes looking at me, is this guy real? I used to be the one causing havoc. I used to go to meetings and I used to love to piss off my Sunday school teachers and piss off the priest, and I used to take credit because I hated the whole church and the whole God thing. I thought I did. That I would pull people out of the church. That's ironic that I'm bringing back people back to church. God has a sense of humor. God isn't. He's like, okay, do what you want to do, but look at me now. Like, so God has a sense of humor. Like, if you think, that's what I said, be authentic. If you think you're doing something in your life to piss off God, He's probably end up using it later on in life to glorify His name. So that's what I'm saying. If you're struggling with something, don't be ashamed of it. Come forward to someone you trust and open up, because I can guarantee you'll be using it later on to glorify His name. Like, if you ask anyone from my past, sometimes I run into them, like, you're a priest? Are you serious, dude? Like, so, like, it's not ironic. And so I often I stand proudly for one reason. If I can do it, anyone can do it. If Christ can accept, this is why the prodigal son is one of my favorite gospels, and I always have to make sure I read it. Is because so if you're that person, if you're here, but you're not really here mentally or emotionally, come. It's just I know sometimes in our culture we like to make it seem, hey, like only holy people can stand in the front, the good deed can stand in the front, you have to be trying to no. This is a hospital, and so it's weird if I go to the hospital and say, why are you sick? Why are you sick? Why are you sick? It's weird. You're sick because in a hospital. So this is a hospital. So come, be weird, be yourself. Oh, I walk away and there's already 6. I'm not going to answer that, because you're following confession, but how can we eat impossible food during the fast? You're trolling me, Hanson, Mark. I know people. I knew them. Is it the 1 gram of protein you're also? Alright, how do we let go of caring about our image? I'll tell you practical and personal. Practical, ask yourself, well, what the heck is your image? Like, who are you? Right? What is it that you're trying to present? Like, if someone comes and sits in my room back in the day, Christian or not, and they're too consumed with being accepted, right? Because it's not just a Coptic struggle. It's a struggle outside the Coptic church. I used to have people who sit and tell me, who are whatever heritage, whatever ethnicity, whatever gender, they would sit in my office. So I was like, okay, well, what do you want people to know about you? Who are you? All right, so that's the practical. Who are you? What is your image? Are you a brother, your sister, your daughter? Right? You have cousins. What are your characteristics? What makes you laugh? What foods do you hate, and why? Like, why does why do dumb comedies like Napoleon Dynamite? I know I'm aging myself. It makes me laugh because I just like dumb humor. Because I don't have to think. Because I'm an overthinker. So if I overthink, I get in my head and I get anxious. But if I watch something that's useless, it makes me laugh. So therefore, I'm an overthinker. Okay, so I'm an overthinker. What does that mean to be an overthinker? It means that, okay, it's a good thing because then I can now actually analyze people and help people. I can also analyze my life. Okay, so when I'm talking about my life, don't analyze my life. Go to your Father confession. So just get to know yourself. Get to know your characteristics. What makes you you? Personal level is I asked myself, I looked around, I said, I have this friend, I have this friend, I have this friend, I have this friend. If I were to need them today, would they be with me? Right? One thing I often say is the devil is not loyal. The devil is not loyal. He will convince you, he'll keep you, pull you, and then once you fall, he'll turn around and say, you dummy. Now you can't go back to church because once you walk into the church, it was like, oh, you're back now, you probably did a bad sin, and you have to go tell a Buddha, and what does that say? So the devil starts shaming you. So for me, 2 things. One, ask yourself today, the people around you, people that you hang out with outside of church, people that gives you meaning, right? The songs, with the rap and the cuss and all. What does that mean? What does that do for you? Makes you feel good as you're driving. Makes me feel good as I'm working out. Why? What is that going to do for you? On a bad day, God forbid if you lose your loved ones, is that going to make you feel good? That's what happened. I lost my life and I was in a ditch. And those who were around me, right? And I got myself in a lot of trouble. And so when I went to those friends, I got closed doors. Like, no man, I can't help you, bro. Oh man. And so I was like, oh, like, so it was truly all vain. So I learned the hard way because I hit rock bottom. So don't hit rock bottom, because sometimes I have my favorite people in my church like, oh, when you came out of it, so I'm going to go live my life. I'm like, no, because I have friends who are still stuck in that world, right? And I go and I try to pull. So don't hit rock bottom because you may not come out of it. So if you hit rock bottom, then see someone who can pull you out. But if you haven't hit rock bottom, look around. Who do I call best friend? Do they actually know me? It's funny because I sit with people and they show me, and I can, because again, as a therapist comes with a job, I can read people. I'm like, do you know that you're sensitive? And like, oh, don't say that word because I'm not trying to get the guys to think I'm like weak. I'm not saying you're weak. I'm saying you know what sensitive means. We talk about it. Or a girl. Or the girl's like, no, I can't say that from my friend. Why? That girls were open with their feelings. No, because then they ask me questions and I want to talk about it because then this and that. I'm like, so who the heck knows you? So who knows you? So you have a bunch of best friends, they call best friends, that know nothing about you. They just know that you posted 2 seconds ago hanging out with so-and-so and had a Starbucks drink and it was fruity and it was amazing. Like, and so this is to me, to ignore your image that you're trying to present to the world. Stop caring what the world doesn't, the world doesn't care. Because everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone's posting, everyone wants to show themselves the best light, and no one cares what, we always want to be accepted. Right? It's actually an evolution of the fittest kind of thing. So for me, to answer that question, ask yourself, what image am I trying to present? And is it healthy? Is it rational? Is it real? And if it is, okay, do people know it? Are people in my circle real? Because you could have healthy friends, you could have a healthy identity, which is fine. If you don't, if any of these questions are no, I don't know who I am, I don't know why I post what I post, I don't know why I say what I say. I actually hate cussing. I just cuss it because like, if I don't cuss, it's what we do at work. Like everyone's cussing at work. I can't be that guy. So ask yourself, who are you and what image you want to present? And I think that's when you start to let go of certain things, you'll know yourself more. You'll find yourself a good therapist in training. I'm sure there's a lot here. They can do an assessment on you, give you the characteristics, who you are, what are your characteristics, right? He's not here, I'll pick on him. Anthony Esty is one of the servants here, right? He can give you a characteristics, your top 5 strengths. Know that, live that, right? And share with others. Right? Like, oh, that's me, I see the world this way. This is how I see the world. And so now doing what I do, it makes sense. It makes sense why I show up in certain ways, because I was trying to get it fulfilled in other means, and it didn't work. So that's how you let go of it. Does that answer the question? Actually, that's an honest one. Oh, man, is there a way to just check it off? How can you be a salt with flavor in situations where not participating is indicative of you not subscribing to a certain belief? For example, providing your pronouns at work. Ah, that's a nice one. Pronouns at work. Man, I was that guy that didn't put my pronouns in my signature, even though HR said 1,000 times. Listen, I'll tell you my public confession taught me because I struggle with this when I work professionally. Because sometimes I would have certain people of the same sex want me to help the relationship, and I'm like, and I don't do it. And so you have to understand that the people around you, God loves them as much as He loves you. The people at your work, the people at your school, your cohort, your classmates, even here, God loves them as much as He loves you. So, if something is within your line of professional work, do it. And tell God, I'm doing this because these are your people, and I'm trying to love them as much as possible. So help me. If something is an option, you have 2 choices. You can suffer for Christ, or you can, which is fine, obey just so you don't stand out. The church doesn't look at it, like someone got smarter, we elevate them, right? Good. And if someone says, well, I'm not going to get married today and walk away, the church doesn't reject it. We don't. So we don't do that. So for that type of behavior, I would say sit with your Father confession, and it's a level. It's a level because there's levels. Our faith is levels. So if you can say no to one thing, okay, that's not going to be a big deal. Good. You work your way up so you can say no to the big things. Where I was able to say no to the big things because they knew my character, they knew who I am, they knew the type of therapy I provided, they know I care about my clients, they know I do good clinical work, I'm up to my notes, I'm up to everything, and I'm not random. And so when I said no to a training, they said, why? I thought you want to go. You're very, you like to be well-rounded as a clinician. I was like, no, I want to specialize in that. Simple as that. I don't have to say, I'm a Coptic Orthodox priest, these are heretics, blah, blah, blah. I don't have to do all. I'll just say, I just don't, that's not my area of specialty. So for you, if you're able to say yes, so school, if they're saying if you don't introduce, because this is what's coming up in medical school now, if you walk into a room and you don't say, hi, my name is Dr. So-and-so, and my preferred pronoun is he, him, his, then you get dog points. I tell them, if you want to get dog points, because that's a sacrifice for Christ, do it. Because that's getting whipped for Christ. Do it. If you can't get sacrifice points, it's okay. Play by the rules. God is going to understand. Peter, the rock, Peter denied Christ 3 times, and even though Christ told him, and look at him now. So it's okay if you don't look at it as like, oh, I'm a coward, and don't go there. Don't let the devil play with you. If it's something required and recommended, play by the rules. That's fine, okay. But if it's an option, then you have 2 options. You can still play by the rules, which is your right, or you can choose to suffer for Christ. So don't be a salt, meaning that you don't have to go to your administration, kick the door in and say, change the rules, I'm a Coptic Christian, I can't. You don't have to do that. Right? Christ knows. This is why he told Peter, go catch a fish, take the coins, and go pay our taxes. He paid taxes. And back in the day, that wasn't, I think still is now, but that was a crime. The Romans had high taxes to make money off of poor people. That was a crime. Okay? It wasn't, and Christ obeyed. He said, render to Caesar the things of Caesar, and to God what? The things of God. So if your organization, your job, your school is saying you have to do this, that's fine. But if you have an option, then feel free. I don't know if that answers your question. If you want to follow up on it. Don't be afraid to be salt, that's what I'm saying. But if you're not ready, if your heart doesn't say, talk to your Father confession, talk to your guides. Because sometimes there's levels. Sometimes there's things you can't say no. Is there a specific beatitude we should focus on the most, or one that is most important in your opinion? In my opinion, I'll give you one that I like. But again, Christ accepts us all, and I won't say it because I want people to go out there and live it. Right? I want you to pick your own beatitude. Christ created all of our personalities. Christ gave us all our unique personality. So when you read, whatever catches your attention, I was taught by my Father confession, when you're reading and something catches your attention, stop and think. Why did this verse catch my attention? Again, to answer the other question with the self-image, why does this thing move me? Why do I want to cry right now? Why am I stuck? I want to just mention this. Why is this thing in my mind? When I was you guys' age and I caused havoc, I still have certain things that I heard that are still in my mind. Pierced me. Why? Now I know why. But back then I asked myself, I said, that's whatever. Right, so ask yourself, something catches your attention, why? So the Beatitudes, I would say, pick something that catches your attention. I'm going to stop me if I need it, because I don't want to go over, so stop me if you need me. What can we do as Christians when we see our friends struggle with depression and anxiety? Depends. If it's true clinical, all of us as Egyptians will have anxiety. Not us as parents. We all have anxiety. I have anxiety, I worry. So if it's true clinical anxiety, again, you can get your Anthony or the, wait, your Anna's here. Anna's a trained psychologist. Can you Anna? And people can work on them. So if you're true clinical psychology, true clinical anxiety or depression, seek help. It's not bad. I have high cholesterol and I go to the doctor and the doctor gives medicine. No one's what's my, it doesn't live in God. No, it's biology, right? I just have bad cholesterol. right? So if it's true clinical anxiety or depression, seek help. And if you're helping your friend, tell them, hey, you need to talk to someone because I'm limited, right? If it's not true and it's just you in your head, I think coming to Christ and really challenging your thoughts will help. So I'm being careful and saying if it's true clinical depression, clinical anxiety, where you can't get out of bed, where you just showering is a difficult task, where answering your phone is like climbing Mount Everest, where light is or you're having major panic attacks on the hour, every hour, those are all clinical. But if you're just anxious about school, anxious about family, anxious about child aid, will I get married, will I make $1 million, will I buy that car, is Abuna going to judge me in confession? If you're aware of these things, then these are things you can just challenge yourself in the sense of thinking clearly. So as friends, you can be there for what you can. Think of yourself as, what's my scope? What am I worth? If someone tells me, Abuna, can I borrow $5? Sure. If someone tells me, Abuna, can I borrow $1 million? I ain't got it, so good luck. So give what you can. And if someone's asking so much of you and you can't give it, don't kill yourself because you just don't have it. So give what you can. I hope that answers your question. I'm trying to go fast, so that doesn't kick me off.
I'd like to remind you that we're not recording, so please take notes. I don't want whatever hits you, please take note of it so you can remember. You can have it with you when you go back home. I'm sorry, I should have said that from the beginning. But intentionally, we decided we will not record. So we'll encourage everyone to get notes and we'll encourage everyone to focus. But now, while Abuna is looking at the questions, you still have a chance to write notes. So please, if you like anything, any feedback, anything, just open a note and write it down.
I'll end at 9, is that okay?
It's okay.
I know, 15 more minutes. I'm getting the books.
Can we give them like a minute or two to write notes?
Yeah.
Okay, so work on the note right now. I ask you, everyone, if you like anything from what Abuna have said today, the most thing that hits you, as Abuna said, yeah, open your phone, open a new note, and write it right now. I want you now to look at your phones for the first and last time for this time. So try to write something. Try to find something that really hits you tonight and you want to work on it. Abuna said a lot of things. I want you to write your own personal thought and reflection on what Abuna said tonight.
Okay guys, I'll do one or two questions, which is perfect because 2 questions are asking the same thing, so I'll combine them. One first one is humility. Humility is thinking, C.S. Lewis said it perfectly, humility is thinking of yourself less, not less of yourself. Humility is thinking of yourself less, not less of yourself. So humility is not saying, Matrab, Allah, I suck. It's not giving yourself insecurities. It's not giving yourself low self-esteem. Right? That's not insecure. That's not humility. Humility is just thinking of yourself less. Of yourself less. Right? So like, if you're that voice who can convince everyone to do whatever you want, and everyone hates eating at that particular place, and you know I can convince the whole group to eat there, and you know no one likes there, stay quiet. Right? Give more to others. So humility is thinking of yourself less. Allow yourself to serve others. Allow yourself not to take yourself too seriously. Okay? It's not trashing yourself. It's not saying, I suck, I'm a bad sinner, I'm gonna go to hell. And that's not humility. That's hopelessness and helplessness. That's the opposite of love. Right? So anything that gives you hopelessness or helplessness is not humility. And offering everyone to go for you in the communion line is not humility. Right? Just be yourself and think of yourself less. If you're trying to take communion first so the whole church can see you taking communion, then yeah, get your butt back in the line. But if you're just there and you're there, and just be normal. The other two I'm gonna combine is, what is the best way to heal from a heavy heart moving forward from a growing relationship? And how can we let go of hatred and disgust towards a person? I'm gonna combine those because that heavy heart, I'm guessing it's a breakup. So, remember I told you, you have characteristics, you have value. When you use them wrongly, it will lead you in a wrong path. So the best thing I get is like, Abu, I pray really, really bad. I pray really well, and I think this is the person I'm gonna marry. And they're like 15 years old. I'm like, I was like 28. I didn't even know how to choose a wife. So just keep in mind, and this is normal. It's normal to have crushes. It's normal to like people. It's normal to be attracted. It's not bad. God created all this. It's just wrong timing to act on certain things. So if you're trying to grow up from a relationship, ask yourself, what did I do wrong? What did I miss? Don't make it about that person. Because usually in breakups or heavy heart, we make it about that thing that we lost. Like whether it's the school acceptance I didn't get, or the person left me, we make it about that thing. And we stalk them, or we want to know everything about them, so I can somehow help me heal. No. From a broken heart, you focus on what went wrong. What made me make the decision? Why did I think that decision was good? This is how you heal. You find out what decisions you led. This is a practical way of doing this, a psychological way of what the decision I made lead me to this situation. And how can I change the situation? And then you take what you learned and apply it to Christ. It is not weird, guys. It is not weird for you to see Christ as a romantic partner. It's not weird. The world made romance very weird for us. The world made romance very weird for us. It's not weird to daydream about Christ, to sing a song to Christ, whoever it's by, right? At Sharon or not, just sing for Christ, right? It's not weird to envision yourself taking a walk with Christ and crying and asking Christ. It's not weird. Make it romantic. And this is how you heal. This is what I did. When I led myself in a ditch, I just simply got out of my head, stopped taking myself too seriously. I told myself why am I so desperate to get certain things. Woke up, went hiking, and made friends with the Psalms. Right? Went hiking, went to friends. Even to the point when I went to liturgy, sometimes I was still learning how to pay attention to liturgy. I read the Psalms in liturgy. Right? So talk to someone, get guidance. Whatever you're trying to heal, make it about Christ. Don't make it about that person or that thing you lost that gives you a heavy heart. Don't make it about that person. Because if you make it about that person, all you do is be thinking about that person. Like, oh, okay, so now I know why I did wrong. I mistreated that person, so let me go say sorry so they can take me back. No, that's not how you heal, right? This is just, you're just trying to get what you want back. Say, okay, I made this decision, it wasn't the best decision. Let me focus on Christ now, let me get to know myself, so I don't go down that path again. Because if you're down that path of heavy heart, it means you've made a decision you shouldn't have made, right? And so how do you let go of hatred? The same exact way. If that person cheated on you or not, or that school didn't accept you, or whatever it is, don't think about that person. Just make it about Christ. Christ. How many times I sinned and you accepted me? Like I told you, the Son of God, the Word, the Logos, the Creator, and this stuff didn't mean much to me when I was guys' age, but now it means a lot to me, came down and was subdued to random human things for me. And he was innocent. So who the heck am I to hate this person? I hate this person. Right? Who am I? And so get out of your head. Okay, don't take yourself seriously. The problem that people do is they take themselves too seriously. I'm thinking this, so this must be true. It is true. And then they fester up, and the feelings come up, and the thoughts come up, and now they're anxious, and now they're on whatever they're doing, or they're talking trash about them, or stalking them, or whatever it is, and before you know it, you just went from zero to crazy, right? So stay calm, stay collected, collect yourself, ask yourself, what did I do wrong? Get help, talk to someone. It's okay to talk, it's good to vent, talk to someone, and go from there. But make it about Christ in the sense of don't take yourself seriously. Make it about Christ. Make it about living in His image, serving others. If you're serving, looking to be like Christ, that stuff won't matter. Sounds good? I'll stop here before I get stoned. Thank you for having me. I hope the series continue. For your sake, please don't compare the speakers. We're all different. And just like you guys are all different, take something away from everyone. Don't compare. Don't say, oh, this person is cool, this person is not. Come, listen to all, take from all, benefit from all. The worst thing we can do now at your age is like, oh, this person's speaking, I'll go to that person. Oh, that person's talking. No, don't do that. You can learn from everyone, you can grow from everyone. So please keep that in mind as you grow.